Is this masterpiece real or just an unfulfilled dream? If the previous video touched upon the essence of Monaco's elite, restraint, and quiet power, today let's look deeper. Not about wealth, but about how class operates through supercars and fashion. Silent, yet powerful. In your eyes, are these beauties as sharp as this frame, or softer and more discreet? In this powerful picture, is she the softest touch? Leave a comment beautiful. If your heart skipped a beat because of that gaze. And don't forget to subscribe to join us in discovering more muses in the world of speed. Do you believe the future of speed is silence? In a world that fights for attention, Monaco operates on a different frequency. Here, a Ferrari Roma rolling through the square doesn't beg to be looked at. It assumes it belongs. A Bentley idles with the confidence of certainty. Even the Bugatti Chiron, a beast of engineering, arrives in a whisper, as if power has learned the art of restraint. In this city, supercars are not trophies to be won, they are passports. A Porsche 911 without drama, a Rolls-Royce Spectre without a sound. Everything is chosen with cold precision. Horsepower is secondary to harmony. If you are too aggressive, you are misunderstood. If you're too loud, you are an outsider. The car grants you the silent permission to enter, but then it steps aside. Because in Monaco, the machine is only the prologue. The real story begins when you step out. Do these cars belong to the road, or do they own it? In Monaco, the hierarchy of design is flipped. Excess is viewed with suspicion. Why? Because on these polished streets, trying to impress looks like insecurity. The goal isn't to overpower the environment, it is to align with it. Look at the Ferrari Roma. Minimal lines, maximum presence. The Porsche 911, blending performance with familiarity. The Bentley, power without the shout. Conversely, cars designed to shock the eye often fail here. Design in Monaco must communicate intention. Even a massive Rolls-Royce or a Lamborghini SUV feels correct only when finished in silence. Muted tones, balanced proportions. This isn't a trend, it's a philosophy. The streets remember what feels correct. That is why the whisper wins. When the car stops competing for your eyes, the real focus shifts. The machine steps back so the character of the driver can step forward. Why do the women of Monaco never look like they are trying? Because here, trying is the opposite of elegance. Fashion in Monaco is built on discipline. Everything is intentional. The heels are balanced, the fabrics whisper, the colors are muted. You won't see flashing logos, you won't see fleeting trends. You see consistency. It is a perfect mirror of the supercars they drive. A Rolls-Royce Spectre doesn't scream, and neither does she. The car sets the stage, but her restraint steals the show. It is a masterclass in social awareness, knowing exactly when to vanish and when to appear. This is where fashion stops being clothing and starts being a message. True power doesn't need to be loud. Drop a style in the comments if you prefer this quiet confidence over loud trends. The moment everything clicks isn't when the car arrives, it's when she steps out. In Monaco, supercars are never meant to dominate the scene. They wait. A Rolls-Royce Spectre settles into silence. A Bentley Continental GT finds its place. Even a Ferrari Roma, sculpted, restrained, holds its energy back. The car becomes a frame, not the focus. Then fashion enters. Fabric moves before sound. A tailored coat falls into position. Heels meet the pavement without haste. The timing is precise, as if the car and the outfit were designed for the same instant. Nothing collides. Nothing competes. Vehicle lines echo the silhouette. Muted paint meets neutral tones. Polished metal reflects controlled style. This isn't chance, it's composition. Here, the supercar does its work by disappearing at the right moment. Delivering presence, then releasing it. The balance is fragile. Too dramatic and the illusion breaks. Too passive and the moment fades. Monaco understands this better than anywhere else, because at this level luxury is harmony, not excess. And when fashion and machine move as one, the scene doesn't pause, it flows, from arrival into interaction, without ever raising its voice. Is this the future, or only something you imagine? In Monaco, the most powerful arrivals make the least sound. A supercar pulls in without spectacle, no sudden acceleration, no heads turning. A Porsche 911 eases to a stop. A Bentley Continental GT settles as if it has always belonged there. Engines soften, not to hide strength but to respect the space. The same rule governs fashion. No rush, no performance. A dress falls naturally into place. A jacket remains untouched. Nothing needs adjustment because everything was decided long before arrival. This is restraint in motion. It's not about being seen. It's about being expected. Valets move without surprise. Doors open precisely on time. The choreography feels effortless, yet every detail is exact. Even color speaks quietly. Deep blues, soft silvers, muted neutrals that blend into the environment instead of competing with it. Here, announcing yourself would suggest uncertainty. True confidence doesn't repeat itself. It enters calmly and lets the room respond. That's why Monaco rewards those who understand timing. The car arrives first, composed. Fashion follows, equally controlled. Together they create presence without interruption. But arrival is only the threshold. Because once inside, a different language takes over. One spoken not through movement, but through interaction, distance, and what is deliberately left unsaid. In Monaco, not everyone in the room is meant to stand close. This is where fashion and cars quietly begin to divide space. A perfectly tailored outfit paired with a restrained supercar doesn't draw attention, it grants access. A Rolls-Royce Spectre waiting nearby or a discreet Porsche 911 signals comfort with the environment, not curiosity about it. Clothing works the same way. No oversized logos, no experimental silhouettes, only precision. Fabric quality is read instantly by those who know, while remaining invisible to everyone else. This is fashion meant to be understood, not admired. The effect is subtle, but decisive. Conversations happen at specific distances. Some doors open naturally, others stay politely closed. No explanations are offered, none are needed. The signals have already spoken. Cars reinforce the filter. A Bentley finished in muted tones communicates stability. A Ferrari Roma suggests taste without urgency. Combined with controlled fashion, they form a profile that feels correct. And here, correctness is currency. In Monaco, belonging is never claimed, it's detected. Once that invisible boundary is set, behavior shifts. Voices soften, movements slow, attention turns inward. Because after access is granted, the final message isn't how you arrive, it's how you choose to leave. The most revealing moment is never the arrival, it's how everything leaves. In Monaco, departures are measured, almost ceremonial. A Bentley Continental GT pulls away without haste. A Porsche 911 glides back into the street, engine softened, movement uninterrupted. The car doesn't pursue attention. It lets the memory linger longer than the sound. Fashion follows the same rule. Fabric settles quietly into leather. A coat remains perfectly composed behind glass. No final glance, no adjustment, no performance. The moment has already been completed. This restraint is deliberate. A dramatic exit would disrupt the balance. Excess speed would fracture the image. Instead, everything dissolves smoothly back into motion, leaving only harmony behind. What remains isn't horsepower or the outfit itself. It's the sense that nothing was forced. In Monaco, luxury doesn't conclude with a statement, it ends with control. And when the street returns to its rhythm, one question stays with you. What do you remember more? The car? The fashion? Or the silence that followed? In Monaco, luxury is never about volume. It's about alignment between supercars, fashion, and the discipline to remain composed. What looks effortless is carefully constructed. What feels quiet carries the greatest weight. Cars don't perform. Style doesn't compete. Everything simply fits. So here's the question. If real power never announces itself, how would you recognize it when it passes right in front of you? If this perspective resonated, like the video and comment control. Subscribe to The Silent Lion for more unseen worlds of luxury and influence. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.